Hi there. I'm just making sure everything is doing what it's supposed to be doing, and I'm on my business page on Facebook, and I shared to my personal page. I hear other demonstrators talk about that they've done it to the backwards, and it scares me to death that I would do that. I guess, not really that big a deal, right? Okay, let me get back over here to the business page so I can see your comments. Let me know if you're here. Tell me hello. I've got a little bit of, I guess, housekeeping that I'd like to talk with you about before we do our project today. Let me see, I can't zoom in because we're live. Okay, let me see, how do I get rid of this? Okay, every week, I tell you. Okay, I think we're good. If I would just quit moving around and quit messing with it, I think I'd be better off. Oh my goodness. Can you believe that it's August 2nd already? Oh my gosh. I tell you, that's exciting news in the Stampin' Up! World if you're a demonstrator, because what that means is that our holiday catalog for 2018 is now live to demonstrators, and we get to start ordering from it. It'll be available to customers starting September 5th. Hey there, A to K. I hope Sarah's doing well. Thanks for joining. Speaking of joining, if you want to join Stampin' Up! Right now, you could get items from the holiday catalog in your starter kit. Yeah, pretty awesome, right? So this is another thing that's happening in August. This is a limited edition product release called Color Your Season. It is a stamp set with some coordinating framelits, and then we also have a new variety pack of watercolor pencils. We've got new colors. Oh my gosh, and they're yummy. Let me see. So here is the stamp set. It's really, really pretty. And if you like coloring, this is definitely for you. And it's called Blended Seasons, and I really love it because you can get spring and summer images out of this beautiful floral piece. We've got some of the wheat for more fall pieces. Of course, this holly sprig obviously is for Christmas. We've got this beautiful array of leaves. You could make it fall or really any season. And then you've also got the little bell, which could not only be used for Christmas, but it could be used for weddings. It's got the congrats and wish you all the best. This is my favorite one. You're the friend everyone wishes they had. Isn't that sweet? I love that. And then the framelits, and I'm sorry that I don't actually have the product in my hand. It is over at my team leaders stamp studio because we're using it to prep for team meeting on Tuesday. Anyway, so here are the framelits. They're really, really pretty. They coordinate and cut out with several of the images. And then here's just a little peek at the new watercolor pencils. And the new colors are Balmy Blue, Cajun Craze, Cherry Cobbler, Coastal Cabana, Crushed Curry, Flirty Flamingo, Garden Green. My all-time favorite, of course, is Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green, and Night of Navy. And you can get the stamps and the dies in a bundle and save 10%. And then the pencils is a separate purchase. This is not part of the bundle. And you get those 10 new colors for $12.50. So really great deal. I do have some samples I can show you, though. This is a little sneak peek of one of the cards that we're making on Tuesday. And this floral image it's just beautiful. We've taken the leaf stamp and created our little, our own designer paper in that background with a congrats sentiment. It's really, really pretty. This is another sneak peek of what we'll be doing at the meeting on Tuesday. We've used it more with fall colors and just put a simple thank you. These leaves are really, really colored. Coloring these leaves is a lot of fun because you could make them be any color you wanted. And so let's see, and then, okay, so I do have a sample using the Christmas. This is our gorgeous Poppy Parade striped ribbon. I think my son is on here. Hello, my son. And Candy, hello. Thanks for joining me. So then let me see. I hope you can see this, but so here is the smallest label. And when you cut it out, it leaves this beautiful stitching around the entire label, which is so popular right now. We have a couple of sets right now that do the same thing. However, this is different, and it's the wow factor, is the piece that you cut it out from, it also leaves stitching around a border. Let me see if I can get that to focus. I'm gonna make sure I'm in the right spot. Bear with me, you guys. I'm sorry, I'm still trying to figure out where I'm supposed to put things so that you could see it. Here we go. I think you can see that. Let it focus for a second. Oh, come on. I don't think it's gonna focus. Well, I hope that you could, there we go. Can you get the idea? See, so it's also left that stitching around the label in the negative piece. So it's really, really, really cool. And so just very quickly, I will show you a couple of the cards. Here's more of a masculine one with a thank you. And here's another Christmas card that I designed using our beautiful, this Christmas paper is actually in the annual catalog. You can buy that right now. It's very pretty. And here I've just taken it and used it with our Time for Tea paper and just put a little simple thank you with a pretty little bow on there. I love that font. And here's a fancy one that I cased from a Canadian demonstrator. Her name is Suzanne, Sun Stamping, I think. And this is using the Aqua Painter on watercolor paper with the blender pens. Really, really pretty. This is another one designed by Amy Kenders. And we've got both Highland Heather and the Grape here. Here's that bow. And actually on that bow, we've taped back in, or pieced back in the negative parts. Do we use that on another one? I don't remember. Nope, I don't have it. But anyway, I've just pieced these pieces of paper back in, and I thought it was really pretty. And then I've done a couple of congrats cards that are mainly meant for wedding. This is with some beautiful silver embossing, and I've just used the smallest label, the congrats, and then I did 2 of the wedding bells. And this is our gorgeous new tufted embossing folder here. And then again, I've just done it in the gold as well. So really pretty, lots of options, lots of different seasons this stamp set covers. And it is only available now while supplies last. So if you want this, I wouldn't wait until the end of August because it might very well be gone. Okay, here is what we're playing today. One of my downline was here this week, and she got this new set, and she was kind enough to leave it with me so I could play with it. I've been itching to get this set. I keep telling y'all, I'm gonna say that I love everything. It's all gorgeous. It's the coolest or neatest or whatever, but I just feel that way about everything Stampin' Up. I just love it. So this has got the different pieces that you can stamp or cut out. And then of course it's got these framelets where this is a, cuts out the entire little puzzle. And so I'm really excited to use this for craft fairs this season, making little puzzles and putting them together to kind of market for the kids. And then I'm excited to also try cutting up a photo like this and giving that as a gift too. I think it would be a really cute idea. And then of course it's got the large puzzle piece here, and then this heart that we're using today is going to cut it out in these 4 different pieces. And then we're also using this today. We're going to be using the new embossing mats, so we're going to cut with this one, but we're also going to emboss with it. And so if you haven't seen the new embossing mats, be prepared to be wowed because, oh my goodness. Here's a couple of examples that I have. My teammate Melissa Thomas made this one for a swap, and isn't it beautiful? Oh my gosh, I just love it. I was so glad I got to swap with her because I just think it's so pretty. Here's that larger puzzle piece, and then here's that heart that we were just talking about that cuts out in those 4 pieces. Really pretty. Here's one that I made where I cut out the whole puzzle, and then I just pieced it all back together. Of course, you stamp on it first before you cut it out. And then I've used the large piece here. This is in that beautiful new Poppy Parade. It's new to me. It used to be an in color several years ago, and it came back, and I love it. I'm really glad it did. This is another one that Melissa did. This was for an organized swap, and so I have just copied it, of course. I stamped my inside. It says, "We just fit, let's get together soon." And then I'm going to be using this card, so I went ahead and, while I have the stamp set from my friend Marissa, I went ahead and stamped my envelope. Super cute, lots of fun. Really enjoying playing with this set. So this is the project that we're making today, and this is using crumb cake and Flirty Flamingo, and we're going to make the exact same card. I'm just going to be using Gorgeous Grape and Smoky Slate. Okay, let's see here. We've got a few people here. I'm so glad that y'all have joined me. Let me do just one more little thing, and that would be to announce the winner of the drawing. So for last week, I have these 3 rolls of this glimmer ribbon that was actually a celebration item. You couldn't buy this. And so I was giving this away, and if you commented on my live video last week, and the winner is my friend Monica Pesic. So if you're watching, I will bring this to you on Tuesday at the meeting. Okay, and so all you have to do to be entered to win is to comment on my video and share it. And let me get that out of the way. Okay, and this week I have a Sweet Soiree Memories and More card pack to give away. This is another hot celebration item. You couldn't buy that either. We can't buy it now anyway. But it's a little card pack, and you can do these cards for the pocket page scrapbooking for the Memories and More pages that we have. But you can also put these down onto fronts of cards, and you got some quick cards in just a matter of seconds, really. And we now sell note cards, or actually they're Memory and More cards that are 3x4, and then I can't remember the other side. I don't know if it's 4x, I don't remember. But they come in 2 different sizes. I'm sorry, I don't remember what the 2 sizes are. But they're perfect for these. They're meant for these. And you just put these right onto the front of your card, maybe do a cute little stamp, and you're done. So this is what I'm giving away today. And to be entered to win, all you have to do is comment and share. And with all of that out of the way, are y'all ready to stamp? Okay. So let me see. Let me go over the supplies real quick. Here's my packet. Okay, so we've got Smoky Slate card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, and I've scored that at 4 1/4, right down the middle. I have another piece of Smoky Slate, which is 3 9/16 by 3 9/16. And I'm going to tell you an alternate way that you can do this in just a second. Let me go through the rest of the supplies. This is a piece of the Neutrals Designer Series paper stack. This is Smoky Slate, and this is cut 2 by 5 1/4. My Whisper White piece this one is 3 11/16 by 3 11/16, and that's going to go along with the other measurement that I'm going to give you in just a second to go with that other Smoky Slate. And then I have just a scrap of Whisper White to do our stamping. And this is Gorgeous Grape, and it is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then this piece again is the 3 9/16 by 3 9/16. Or actually, you know what? It's not. I'm sorry. This is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2, because this is how I'm going to show you the other measurement you can do. I love our Stampin' Trimmer because it's actually got not only the inches, and then it has the 8ths, but it also has the 16ths, and that going all the way across the full ruler. And so I love using our Simply Scored scoring tool, but it only has inches and 8ths. So when I need a project that I want 16ths, I just use my Stampin' Up! Trimmer. So here is the pieces how I've cut it, using the 3 9/16 and 3 11/16. I wanted a really, really skinny border. I just liked the look of it, and it's completely a personal choice. Now, what you can do instead, if you don't want to mess with the 16ths, or they confuse you, or you just don't want to, you can cut your piece of, this is where we're gonna do the puzzle. This is 3.5 by 3.5, and you'd be fine. And then of course, then you would mat it with your white piece, which would be 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And it would look just as nice. I just personally wanted to use the thinner border, okay? And this is actually just a scrap for me that I'm going to use to cut out some of the puzzle pieces that we're gonna use, okay? So let's do our stamping really quickly. If you can believe it, we've got one thing to stamp and that's it. Let's see, so we're using the Gorgeous Grape, which is one of our new colors in our new style ink pad. And I've got the You Are My Missing Piece stamp. So we're just gonna stamp that down. Okay, I'm gonna put this over to the side. I'll clean it. I got my chamois over off on the side. Let's get that drying for just 1 second while we start our Big Shot work. So I need this piece and this piece, I think. Yeah. Okay. Let me pull this over. Now, I don't think that I've used the Big Shot. I might have used it once on a card before. I'm not sure how much it's going to shake the camera, so I apologize if it's horribly bad with the shaking. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is cut our pieces, our puzzle pieces. And I just prefer to cut out the whole thing because then I just keep a little baggie of all the different colors. And then I've just got puzzle pieces ready to go for different cards that I'm making. And for those of you that don't know, I use my dies upside down. It saves on your plates, and this one, the bottom one is always going to remain flat and untouched, or it won't leave the marks that the plate, oh my gosh, I am stumbling over words today. It won't leave all of the markings and everything as if I had cut it face down. And that's just a personal preference that I have found that works well for me. It saves me on plates. So everything's the same, except this is just turned upside down, okay? And so we're gonna put a top plate over the top here. And let me see, I hope it's not gonna shake it too much. Okay. It's creating a lot of static. It's all, their pieces are all stuck. Okay, so here's all my little pieces. Isn't that fun? Get rid of that one. We're gonna use this again. And so now I've got all my little pieces. I'm only going to be using 3. I'm using 2 corners and then one of the middle pieces. Okay, and the rest of these now I have for some more projects. So we're using these. Put those back over there. Okay, now we're going to, I might as well cut this out while we're set up for die cutting. And what did I do with my framelit? Oh, here it is. Okay, so this you're just going to kind of line it up. And then because I'm cutting around a stamped image, I'm going to tape, this is just some washi tape, so that the die doesn't move when I flip it over. Okay, and let's run that through. And I actually have this set up the wrong way because, okay, I just have to make it work. I didn't think that one through, did I? Oops. Okay, so now we've got our puzzle pieces with our sentiment all cut out. Look how cute that is. Isn't it adorable? I love it. Okay, so we're going to be using those in a minute. Done with this. Okay, now we're going to set up to emboss using your thinlits or framelits. So what you want to do is you're going to start with your Big Shot platform. Let's see if I can't scoot this up a little bit. I'm so sorry, I didn't even realize y'all might not have been able to see that. Okay, so Big Shot platform, cutting pad, die, cut side up, cardstock that's under the Big Shot, okay? And I'm going to try to line this up as best as I can. Now you could just cut this out, or I mean emboss it and then cut it out later. I just didn't want to have the extra step on the camera because I thought this might be a little longer than I really try to keep these at 30 minutes, so let's see. Okay, there we go. Now, the embossing mats that are new in the annual catalog, this is what they look like. It comes with this gray pad, which is the thicker of the two. You can see that. I feel like I'm all over the place today. There we go. And then it's got this blue, I guess it's like silicone rubber mat. And this one's very thin. And then the white, this is called an impressions pad, okay? So we will get into more detail about the gray pad on another video. Today we are just going to emboss with the die. And so you're just going to use your blue mat, so that goes down next. And then you're going to put your impressions pad right on top. And hope that that didn't move. Okay, here we go. Now it's going to feel like it's doing absolutely nothing, because that's exactly what it feels like. But I told you, be prepared to be wowed. And pull this off, and can you already see it, how that it's embossed and not cut? And that's what you get. Isn't that cool? Oh my gosh, I love it. I think it's so neat. Now I've gotten mine a little crooked, so I'm gonna have to pull the trimmer out anyway. So I guess I would suggest just cut it out and trim it later, if you're gonna have to do it again anyway, right? Okay, I think we're done with all of this. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Okay, get back. Okay, let me bring back the trimmer. I can clean this piece up. So, maybe a little smaller. I really did a job on this. Okay. Yeah. Definitely just emboss it and then cut it out. Okay, leave it to me, you know, to try to do everything the hard way. I'm just, you know what? I'm gonna quit messing with it. I'm gonna leave it alone. Okay. And that wasn't because of the way I did the, or because of the embossing mat. That was me. I got it in there crooked. Okay. So we've got all our pieces. Okay, so I've got that scored, and I'm going ahead and fold it in half, and I'm going to use my bone folder, and we're going to crease on that fold mark. Okay, and we've got, I'm going to get my sample back in here. I just made it last night. I don't remember what I did. Okay, so we're going to take the designer paper, and I'm just going to use some snail. And I'm going to center this the best that I can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just eyeball it. Okay, and that's going to go down like that. And I did that wrong. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, live TV here. I messed that up. It doesn't go onto the card base. Oh my goodness. You know, I think it was the fact that I was prepared an hour before, like just trying to figure out stuff I could do around the house until it was time for me to go live. Usually I'm like dashing over here at the last minute trying to make sure that it's exactly 3 o'clock, and I do fine. Okay. this goes on this piece. And again, we're gonna center it. I knew it was wrong because I didn't have to trim it. Okay, here we go. There's a lady I like to watch on YouTube, and she would say, okay, now we're cooking with gas. Okay, she's hilarious. Okay, and then we're just gonna trim this off. Hey Cheryl, glad you're here. Okay, now we've got Whisper White Baker's Twine. And we're gonna wrap this around the card. And I like to use just regular old Scotch tape. Put that down. And then I'm just gonna wrap it around. Gosh, I thought I was getting better about making sure I was on camera. I'm so sorry. All I did was secure the end with a little bit of Scotch tape. And now we're just gonna wrap it a couple of times. 3 in the front. Okay. Cut that off. We'll get another piece of tape. It seems like I have less workspace this time. I don't know if I'm not zoomed in. I'm not quite sure what has happened. Okay. Awesome. Oh, thanks, Ada K. Good. I wasn't sure. Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. And then I'm going to cheat a little bit. And I'm just going to slide a piece under here. And I'm just going to tie it up in a bow. And I thought it looked really cute with the big loops and the long tails. You could do yours as, you know, whatever size bow you want. And the trick to tying bows with Baker's Twine so that it doesn't get all twisted and raveled and stuff is when you pull it for the first time, don't pull it very tight. You know, hold on to where that knot is that we haven't tightened yet. And then you can pull it until your loops are the size that you want. It especially works when you're using Baker's Twine that's got the foil in it. Okay, there we go. So now we've got our little loops the size I want them. They're going, tails are going in the right direction. This is winning. Okay, here we go. All right, let's build our other piece real quick. We've got our smoky slate puzzle. I'm gonna go ahead and use the liquid glue. I like it because you can really just get all the way to the edges and up in the corners, and I don't want this piece lifting. And because it's embossed a little bit, it's warped the paper some. It's probably not noticeable, but I just want to make sure that the piece is not going to lift. So remember I said this was going to be a really thin border, and then I trimmed it. So now I'm going to have to go trim my white. Geesh. Okay, I'm gonna make sure that that's stuck down. I'm gonna grab my trimmer real quick again, and I'm just gonna give this a little haircut right here. Just a smidge, so it kind of matches with the rest of the borders. Okay, so there you go. Okay, now this piece is gonna get popped up on dimensionals. So we're going to use, let's see, in the corners, and then I think I'll probably just do one in the middle, should be good. I just don't want it to sag or get crushed because I'm probably going to be sending this in the mail. And remember, the key with getting these backings off of the dimensionals is kind of press your thumb into it and that backing will pop right up, and then you can pull it off. Okay, I know I had quite a bit of housekeeping in the beginning of the video. We're just right at 30 minutes. Well, I think we're going to be good. I think that it would be easier if I put this piece down first. So I'm sorry guys, I am kind of all over the place today. I had a migraine for 2 days this week. And if any of you know me or if any of you suffer with migraines yourself, you know how debilitating they can be. I mean, it's just, I'm out. I can't do anything. Sometimes it's so bad that it hurts to close my eyes, much less, you know, have them open. So anyway, today I woke up with no migraine. So after treating it for 2 days and pretty much doing nothing, I was glad to be able to stamp with you guys today. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't want to miss stamping with you guys. So this is definitely one of the highlights of my week. This, and then go over to my upline's studio once a week and work for her. Mondays and Thursdays. Awesome. Okay, there we go. Now we can go ahead and stick this piece on. And I'm going to do right about here because we're going to end up putting some pearls on this side. Okay? All right, and let's make sure that I have my pieces correct. Yep, that one's going to go there. This is going to go there, and then I'm going to put this one here, okay? And I am going to put these up on dimensionals also. So this one I'll just take a regular dimensional, this one too. Go ahead and pull your backing off. And you're just going to line it up with the outline that the die cut created when we embossed it. There we go. And then put this one down in the corner here. And now I'm going to grab my mini dimensionals for this one because I don't feel like cutting one. And why not? We have them, right? Let's see. We're just going to do 2. And these are the same way. If you just give it a little push in the middle. And if you don't have fingernails, just use your bone folder or your pokey tool or something. Just anything to just kind of get that release paper to pop up. And there we go. That's going to go like that. Okay? Let's get that out of the way. All right, now we're ready for our heart. And again, we're going to put it together with dimensionals. And we're going to use, I think I used both sizes here. So we got one there and one there. And then, you know what, I am just going to cut 1 in half for this. And then that'll fit right there. Cut it in half or use 2 minis. Whatever you like. Okay. Throw that out of the way. And I like to start with the bottom of it. So this is going to go, it's going to sit right here. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of just dry fitting this piece that I'm not putting down with the piece that I've exposed the adhesive. So I can make sure that I'm getting it in the right spot, and that looks good to me right there. Okay, so we can press down on that. Hey, Terry Lynn. This is so cool. My son's in Victoria. Terry Lynn is in St. Louis. Got a couple of Cheryl's in Castroville, but she's assuming you're in town working today. I just love it that we can all come together on these Facebook Lives and chat and share ideas and stamp and all kinds of stuff, right? Okay, so that goes there and this goes here. I'm going to embarrass my son a little bit if he's even still on here. Hey, Jeanette, we loved to do puzzles when he was a kid. Oh my gosh, we loved them. And our favorite was getting, remember those 3D puzzles that they had? We made like the big clock tower. Oh my gosh, something Ben. How embarrassing. I was going to say Big Ben, but that's not right. Anyway, I think we made the U.S. Capitol one time. You know, just different things like that. We loved doing puzzles together. I missed that. But I got my sweet Haley Lynn now. Maybe several years when she grows up, is a little bigger, we can do puzzles and crafting together. Of course, Hayden used to scrapbook and stamp with me too. So there we go. How cute is that? you just want to make sure that, and depending on the look you're going for, I mean, this has a little gap in here, but I actually think it's okay, you know, because sometimes when you put the puzzle pieces together, they fit, but you know, they're just maybe not a smidge off, but I like it. I think it looks okay. Okay, so the final step here, guys, is that I'm going to add some pearls, and let's see, kind of do one of each size over here. Yep. And then we're going to do, I think I'll put the medium one up here and another small one. Oops. Well, that's to stick to my finger. You just get your paper piercer up underneath that glue dot that's on there. Yeah, and then that one that wants to stay stuck on my finger, right? But I can't put any more because it has to be odd, and I've already got 5. So, okay, there we go. Finished. So here we go. This is the one that I made earlier using Flirty Flamingo and crumb cake. Thank you to Christine Riley for giving me the inspiration for this. And so I made mine with Smoky Slate and Gorgeous Grape. Hey Melissa, thank you. I know, I love it too. I gave you a shout out. I showed your swaps in the beginning of the video, how much I loved them, and I just could not wait to play with this set. It is so much fun. Oh, hey, yeah, Jeanette, I'm so sorry. You know, I was talking about that earlier, that it seems like every time I'm trying to figure out where is the best place for you to be able to see it. So Jeanette is just asking for me to hold it up a little closer so she can see it. So now you can really see that detailed. This is where we embossed using the puzzle cutout piece. And then, of course, we've cut out the little puzzle pieces here. It's a fun set. And having those embossing mats, I mean, it really just opens up a whole nother world of what you can do with your thinlits and your framelits. Oh my gosh. So now you can not only cut with them, but you can emboss with them. So I hope you guys like it. Thank you, Jeanette. Thanks, Ada K. I appreciate it. Okay, so remember, here is my new host code for August. I'm still on my Road to Silver Elite countdown. It's pinned on my business Facebook page if you want to read what that is all about. With my promotion, that is basically what I'm working towards. I've got till the end of September. So any orders that you're placing, I would appreciate all of them, of course. But if you'll use this host code as well, I'll appreciate that as well. And I'm also celebrating another milestone. I'm almost to 20,000 in career sales. And so I'm offering any $20 purchase using the host code. You get an entry into a drawing that I am going to, I'll draw for it on October 1st. And somebody's going to win a Stamparatus. Yeah. So with every $20 purchase, goes along with the whole 20,000 thing, right? With every $20 purchase, you're going to get an entry into that drawing. And which will also, those purchases will also go towards helping me reach my goal so that I can walk the stage in Orlando in November. And like I said, it's the pinned post at Darlene Stampin' Spot on Facebook. You can read more about it. And if you have any questions about anything that I used today product-wise, if you need more info about those embossing mats or anything Stampin' Up, let me know how I can help. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.